So, yes, righty. Okay, so, Good Friday. Or not so Good Friday, as the case may be. That was the first day, wasn't it? Bank holiday. Love a bank holiday. That's when you don't go to work and do loads of stuff that you should have done in the first place. So, gardening. It was a day of gardening, I think Good Friday was. I can't remember. It was a couple of days ago. It's going to be a bit messy because we're going to... It's just going to be a bit messy. Just let's go with the flow. So Friday. What happened Friday? Friday, things happen on Friday, don't we? What happened? Well, standard, children annoying. Back holiday, so yeah, stuck with your children for the day. No home care. Really, you can't send them to school because there's no school, so that's a bit annoying. So you're at home with them. They're just at home, aren't they? Really, just can we get on a computer? So they just want to do their screens. Even the 5-year-old's chasing me around with his tablet. Please pay £29 for a level on this game, which I don't really understand and you can't really play. But I'm 5 and I need it because it's got a picture of a dolphin on it. So we had some of that. I managed. I did so much gardening. Crazy amount of gardening. Potted up some stuff. Unpotted some other stuff. Scrubbed a patio. That killed my knee. Weirdly, I don't know why it hurt my knee, but it seems that when you scrub with a big scrubbing brush, you kind of push down, so that hurt my knee. I did some wood filler on the patio benches. I got very middle-aged, kind of middle-life stuff. I got stuff done, and I started with new tablets. So that was interesting, just taking one. So we'll see if I can make it through this podcast without falling asleep. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, I said in the last podcast we need to talk about pink wafers, didn't we? Biscuit talk. Love a bit of biscuit talk. So, pink wafers, yes. So my colleague who gave me book number 2, which is still in my bag, I need to give it you back, sorry mate. He just magically appeared one morning and supplied me with a packet of Asda pink wafers. Oh yeah, and living it large. I was like, it made my day. Well, it made my week. I was having a really quite rubbish week, and that was very exciting. It just literally just was a completely a Brucey bonus, as they say. Some pink wafers, so munched my way through, but I did return the favour. I did deliver some pink wafers the other day to him, so I feel like we're kind of a biscuit appreciation society, not vinyl appreciation society, biscuit appreciation society. I'm sure there's many of them out there, really, but yeah, it was a very good thing. We might move on to party rings next, but that's a whole euphemism, isn't it? The old party ring. But yeah, it was very nice, a pleasant treat, very exciting. That's what my life has got to, where I get excited about being given a packet of pink wafers. It's just, I like buy a packet of Tunnock's caramel bars as a treat. How is that a treat? It is an amazing treat, I must admit. But like, I've got to the age where these things are like something to be excited about. It's that what my life's become? So yeah, it's all very odd. And then what with the old tablets, new tablets thing, and then all the manicness, which started this. The reason I started this podcast in the first place was because I started going manic because I tried to come off my first lot of tablets and then probably got put back on them by the doctor because I'd lost the plot. And this is why we have this podcast. So you can blame the doctors. Right, we're now nearly 5 minutes in. So we've done the ramblings 5 minutes in, and I feel that we need to start reading. Let me load the Kindle app because there we go. Kindle. Right, where were we? We're always having sex, so we can. Oh yeah, I was getting a bit grumpy about that, wasn't I? I've got Gardener's World magazine. Maybe we should read that, but we won't. Right. Energy begins to spark between us, and I feel my arousal sweep in. Sweep in. I feel like that's a arousal sweep in. I just like to think that someone straight away. I'm thinking sweep, as in sooty and sweep. Is this where where this person gets aroused by glove puppets? The problem is this is a very British reference, isn't it? Sooty and sweep. So are we thinking that sweep just her arousal is just some squeaky noise by a weird shaped dog? Anyway, were you in a relationship when we spent that night together? I ask. What makes you say that? You never asked for my number. What do you know? She's not a number. She's a person. I am a free man. He gives me a slow, sexy smile as he tucks a piece of my hair behind my ear. It had just fallen on the floor. Maybe he just like picked a bit of hair up, stuck it behind her. Which bit of hair? Is it her toe hair? It could be a toe hair. Ooh, that'd be. How did it get it behind her ear? Does she bend in a strange way? Probably. Well, we'll find out later in this book, don't we? Does everybody ask you for your number, Emily? His voice has dropped to a deep, sexy tone. Should we go for it? Are you ready? Does anybody ask for your number, Emily? His voice had dropped to a sexy tone. Pretty much. That's my impression of her. I wasn't looking for anything back then, and most definitely don't tell people I'm going to call them if I'm not. He dusts his thumb over my bottom lip as I stare up into his big blue eyes. Dusts his thumb over my bottom lip. So he just sticks his thumb on her bottom lip and then gets a duster out and dusts his thumb. Is that with a duster? What is that like? Does he have a little duster in his pocket? Is it one of those yellowy, orangey ones? Or do we think he's a bit more fancy? And does that not leave fluff on her bottom lip? Tonight, he whispers. Tonight, he whispers. I smile softly as his breath tickles my skin. He really is quite what? ... Quite ... Quite breathing heavily. His breath tickles my skin. I'll pick you up for dinner at my favourite Italian restaurant. Now, so I'll pick you up for dinner at my favourite Italian restaurant. So does she have to go and wait at his Italian favourite restaurant, and she'll get picked up from there, or does he want to pick her up first and take her to the Italian restaurant? It's all about punctuation, isn't it? I presume. I'll pick you up, full stop. Dinner at my favourite restaurant. I presume that would be followed by a question mark. His voice trails off as he's imagining something else. Probably the last time he ate there. Maybe it was a really bad meal. He's probably thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said that. That sounds good. I smile as he leans closer. His tips tenderly touch mine as he holds my jaw in his hand. It just took it off, got it in his hand, dislocated her jaw. Here it is. I think you've lost this jaw, madam. My eyes close as my feet lift from the floor. So he's literally got her in some weird hand kind of grip thing, and like a wrestling move. She's like lifted her up off the floor with one hand and her jaw. Surely that's got to hurt. Robbie, what the hell am I doing? Damn this man. Damn to Hades. What is this spell that he has over me that makes me do the most random things? Levitating's one of them, it seems. But what's a random thing? What random things has she actually done? None of it has been random at all. If she'd gone and got, say, a toaster, and a whale, and just like tried to toast a whale, that would have been random. Difficult to do as well, but really random. I'm not quite sure what are we what random things. I've seen nothing random in this book. We've read some of the books. We know this is not random. Oh, here we go. Like one night stands and forgetting I'm in a committed relationship, and breathing. Yeah, that's random, isn't it? Forgetting to breathe. That is not random. That's just forgetting to breathe. Just no. Oh my God, I have a boyfriend. Shit. Now, we all know where my mind's going. I have a boyfriend. Shit. Now, does she have a shit that's a boyfriend? A boyfriend who is a shit. Her boyfriend's shit with her in her bag. Is it her boyfriend's shit? Whose shit is it? Obviously, it's a boyfriend shit. So someone's boyfriend has done a shit. Or are we thinking that... Oh, I don't know. I'm so sorry if I give you the wrong idea. What? I think we all have the right idea what's going on here. I take a step back from him. I have a boyfriend, I blurt out. His face falls in horror. Okay, what? Question mark. His face falls in horror. His face falls off. I know. I wince. I shake my head because I have no words that I can't get that can get out of me. I have a boyfriend and I can't go out with you. Dump him, he fears back. What? You heard me. Dump him. He reaches for me. I step back to create distance between us. Are you crazy? Maybe. Maybe I think maybe. Is it the clown shoes that's giving it away and the red nose? Or is it the fact that I've just been lifting you up by your jaw off the ground? I can't dump a boyfriend for one night of sex. Yes, you can. Jameson, I drag my hands through my hair. Have you completely lost your mind? Quite possibly. He hands me a business card. Call me and I'll come and get you. But it gives the James Mars Media Company card. And I just wish it just said, I am a squid. Wibble, wibble, wibble. Because then he'd probably lost his mind. If you stuck a marigold glove. Do we have them in America? Is marigold a standard thing? I'm trying to think of other audiences here. We can't just be British all the time, but I imagine him to have a marigold on his head, much in the same way as the penguin does in Wallace and Gromit, which again is just an awkward reference that's very British. I've noticed this is very British, isn't it? I keep saying British as well, which is quite awkward. So I'm sorry about that with all my references. But I don't see. I've looked through the statistics. It's not looking good for any other country. I must be honest. I stare at the card in my hand. My mind's a clusterfuck of confusion. My eyes rise to meet his. I know what this is to him. It's just another one-night stand. Right. No, it's not. You can buy them in IKEA. There's loads of nightstands in IKEA. We know this. We've discussed this in many, many, many episodes. We've discussed the one-night stand joke, and nightstands, and how many you should have. The average is 2. But if you, or 3 if you got 2 double beds next to each other, I suppose. 2 single beds, or 2 doubles, or anything next to each other. One night that could ruin every plan I've made for myself and jeopardise my career. My career. I've worked too damn hard to get to New York to throw it away now for one night with a player. It's the weirdest thing. I've never picked him as a player when we were together, but the more I get to know him, the more I realise I never knew him at all. Well, yes, because you only spent about 8 hours on a plane with him and then fucked him senseless. So, obviously, yes, you never knew him, because you actually didn't know him. You were only on the plane with him for a little bit. We read it at the beginning. You hadn't met him before. The worst part about it is that I know Jameson Miles is a kind of drug that I don't need an addiction to. Oh, there we go. The memory of our night together is bad enough. Yes, because remember, he had a bag of feet. Because he just took one out and just left it on the side, I think. Was that what happened? He left it on the bed, didn't he? Raised his foot onto the bed. He just put that foot onto... Yeah. Didn't he have some other body parts? Did we not discuss this? I'm sure. Someone go back and leave a note for me to tell me what I spoke about previously. Because let's face it, I haven't a clue anymore. I don't even know what episode I'm on. We might want to go back and have a look at... I think I'm on episode 13, which is very unlucky for me. Or are we on 12? 13's the next one. If the 13's the next one, well, it's not so good Friday. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, I just can't. I turn to walk out the office. My body screams for me to go back, and when I stop, as a thought crosses my mind, and turn back towards him. How did you know? He lifts his chin as my eyes search his. I walk back towards him. How did you know Ricardo has been at my desk? Oh yeah. Now she's... Oh yeah. Now it's only just happening, isn't it? Oh yeah. I glance around the room and see nothing but a mirror on the wall. Are the cameras in here? I ask. Never mind. Oh, but I do, I sneer. I think I have a right to know if it concerns me. HR, calling HR. He picks up a remote from his desk and pushes a button. I just want to press a button and the Teletubbies come on, or something really, the clangers, or that just say a Pee Wee Herman movie. Give me level 40, please. He commands. Oh, if only it was level 42, then we could have had a whole reap of level 42 jokes. The mirror turns into a television screen. It rolls a few times. Like are we thinking that it literally rolls like a Rolodex, and spins like the numbers, and like the old airports or train stations, where it goes and changes? Or are we thinking that it's like a roller blind, where it just keeps going round and round and round? Or whether actually, if it rolls a few times, I think the starter signal. So it's the syncs out. So it'll be the vertical sync of the signal, because if it's rolling, we don't know how it's rolling. So if it's like a jagged V across a jagged diagonal across the screen as it rolls up, then it's the line syncs out. And obviously it's either a frequency issue or... let's not worry about the TV. We're not fault finding, are we? It rolls a few times, and then a vision of my office floor appears. just the floor. Just a vision of the office floor. Just the floor. No, nothing else. Just the floor. It's just pointing directly straight at the floor. Lovely bit of carpet. Is it Flotex? Is it a Flotex car? Or Cardine? Is it Cardine? I see Aaron and Molly and my desk. What the hell? You've been watching me, I gasp. Why? I think we know why. But really, this story is getting a bit painful. His dark eyes hold mine. Okay, so he's just literally taken her eyes out, and his eyes are busy holding hers. Are they stuck together? Do they get so close that the eyeballs touched? Can you do that? Can you touch eyeballs? Is that physically possible? To touch an eyeball with another eyeball? If you really open your eyes, can you squish eyeballs together? I think your forehead and nose would get in the way. If someone could try that for me, because obviously I'm not getting that close to anyone, then it'd be quite useful. Right. Because dark eyes hold mine, because it turns me on. Can we do this in a much better voice? His dark eyes hold mine. So why? So you've been watching me, I guess. Why? His dark eyes hold mine. Because it turns me on. Is that the right voice? Or are we going, oh, Phil? Yeah. Because it turns me on. Or are we going for a he turns me on, mate? He grabs my hand and puts it over his crochet. And I can feel his rock hard scaffolding in his suit pants. I've changed a few words there. Didn't work, but we all know what we mean. The air leaves my lungs as I stare up at him, and unable to help it, I wrap my hands around his hard. Anyway, around his hard. We stare at each other as our bodies' desires take over. I just can't, I whisper. His hands cup my face. just a whole hand over her face. Splot. You don't always get what you want, I breathe. I do. His mouth drops to my neck, and in slow motion he licks from my collarbone of my neck and whispers in my ear, I'm going to eat you, dear. Peel your skin off. No, he just says, get rid of him. Goosebumps shoot up my spine, and I step back. Oh no, my friend's not. Stop, overwhelmed by the physical effect he has on me. Right. On that note, I'm going to go. It was a pleasure doing business with you all. Let's read the next sentence. He grabbed the scaffolding in his pants and rearranged it as we stare at each other. I've got to go back to work, I breathe. He glares at me, his face cold, and my chest rises and falls as I fight my arousal. It takes every inch of my self-control not to jump on him like a trampoline. Right here, right now. Just knock him over, jump up and down on him in your shoes, just like stomp, stomp, stomp. Well, you got to take shoes off before you get on a trampoline, don't you? That's the general rule of thumb. So there we go. Right. On that note, leaving my man as a trampoline. It's Toodle Pip from me. I suppose it's getting late. Got to go. Toodle Pip. Have a nice day now. Bye.